dealers, and the operation is set up. Basically, we start by going into a location where the narcotics are being sold. We arrest the drug dealers, identify them, arrest them, and recover their narcotics and charge them with the crime. Once we remove them away from that location, we take over the location as if we are the drug dealers at that particular time. Once we're there acting, posing as the drug dealers in plain clothes and with no type of police around or no type of physical markings, the users come up to us and try to purchase narcotics. What we do is we sell them fake narcotics. We use the same packaging that the drug dealers use, but we put soap. We usually cut up soap and put inside the same packaging they use, as well as they use a small envelope for heroin usually. And what we do is put powder, flour, something to that effect, some white substance inside it to make them believe that it's heroin. And we can usually get something like grass or oregano for marijuana, posing as marijuana. And once they walk up to us and hand us money for the fake narcotics, then we charge them with attempting to purchase narcotics from a undercover police officer. The vehicle then is subject to forfeiture under the push-off campaign. They get arrested and they get charged with a misdemeanor attempting to purchase narcotics from a undercover police officer. From that point, they go through the court process and usually get more probation and rehabilitation and fines and costs. So then the courts in the city make money off the fines and the costs that they have to pay.
The level of seizure activity in the United States has exploded since 1984.
It has exploded.
And you don't have to even be proven guilty. This is the beautiful part, because it's a civil. The legal fiction is that the car committed the crime. For example, if you sell or buy some cocaine from your car, the fiction is that the car committed the crime. Consequently, you don't even have to arrest the person. You can just take their car. We have seen films where they literally will stop somebody on an interstate highway, for example, get permission to search the car. They will find $800. And
no drugs.
No drugs. And they'll say, well, we're going to seize this $800 because we believe it may have been related to a drug deal. And then the persons are allowed to go on with a receipt, and the police take the $800.
So how can they prove that it's drug money?
They don't have to. You have to prove that it's not.
It's because it's a civil, not a criminal proceeding. The standard burden of proof is reversed in America. In a criminal proceeding, you're innocent until proven guilty. In a civil proceeding, it's the other way around. You're guilty until you can prove you're innocent. And so it seems to me the real problem is not in the police behavior, but the way the law was structured.
You only take the car, can you also take their clothes?
Oh, we can also seize their jewelry, all the money in their pockets, jewelry from head to toe, including earrings, even the maybe one or two people may have a 14-karat gold tooth in their mouth. We can take the tooth out their mouth and seize that 14-karat gold tooth. Any expensive belts, shoes, jackets, you name it. Anything that's worth any value, we can actually seize.
You really do that?
And we do it, yes. We have no problem doing it.
There was a very nice ranch in Southern California, and the police decided to raid it because they suspected that there were marijuana plants on the property. So they went and made a raid, and the owner of the property tried to defend his property by using a gun. Allegedly, he did not know who was coming on his property.
They broke in the front door.
And they killed him. And so the owner of the property was killed. And there was a subsequent investigation because of the murder of the citizen. And they found no marijuana plants on the property. And the subsequent investigation clearly stated that apparently the police decided that this was a very nice, valuable piece of property, and they thought they could seize it and get a couple of $1 million
They
as a
asked for the
consequence.
assessed value, or they got an assessment on the value of the property before the raid. So that clearly there's an indication that they intended to seize it and because it was a valuable piece of property.
For a few marijuana plants.
So has it become an industry?
And part of the police, and many, there's in one of our major cities on the West Coast, there's basically a marijuana squad, and their job is to try to root out marijuana use and marijuana growing in their particular county, and their task is to pay their own way with asset forfeiture. They are not getting funds from the city or the county. All their money has to come from asset forfeiture. This is a very strong incentive to keep your job.
Once every 3 months, we hold a public auction, and we sell the stuff, and then with the money that we get, that we sell it, goes back into the unit to buy, raid vests, new weapons, new radios. So we're basically working off the drug dealer's money.
Right, to send us to schools.
In an indirect way, the drug dealers purchased everything in this office.
That's strange.
When we seize the money, we're allowed to in turn spend it on to fight narcotics, such as maybe buying us vehicles, police cars, radios, send us to training. So the drug dealer is basically financing our own operation.
It's a way of funding.
Right. It's
the best way of funding because it's
the city coming out of their budget.
The city's saving money, but yet we're getting a state-of-art equipment at their price. So everybody's happy.
This is one item that we took recently.
The car.
Yes.
So you're using them for your team.
Yes. It's now used for a special response team. What happened? There was a drug dealer that took the money that he made from selling drugs, bought this vehicle. He didn't have a viable source of income. He had no job. He received no federal monies. So he could not explain to a judge how he had the money to buy this vehicle. This vehicle is about $40,000 American. Well, this guy has no income coming in, so there was no way that he could prove. So through asset forfeiture, we were able to take this vehicle.
Is it a way of funding your team?
Yes, sir. That's exactly what it is. Most of the funding, and you'll find not only in our agencies, but most law enforcement, local law enforcement agencies, most of their funding will come from the items that they seize. Ours actually is totally self-funded because these officers that you see out here and our narcotics people are not shown in our city budget at all. They're totally self-funded.
Totally self-funded?
Totally self-funded, yes, sir.
So that must be quite a lot of money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
So you're doing well.
We're doing real well.
Did you hear the shotgun on the side of you?
I heard his gun. And I didn't hear a call of gun. I didn't hear that.
Another aspect of that, the